everyone, Diana Rankin here. I'm sitting out on my front porch and right now there's a soft rain falling. I hope you can hear it because it's just lovely to hear that rain falling through these tall trees where I live in the woods. You might also hear a little thunder. I just heard a thunder roll through, but it's not, the thundering storm isn't here yet, but we might hear it before the time together is over. Okay, this is our August 20 to the 26th Psychic Soul Messages and Predictions. Oh, friends, it's like, hold on. Just hold on. You know, I've been saying for several weeks now that I've been seeing riots in the streets and anger flaring up, and I didn't want to see that for this summer, but it is what it is. So do we have to participate? Do we have to be a part of that? No and yes, and so here's what I mean by that. Worldwide, there's a lot of anger. And since I'm in the U.S., of course, I'm coming from the U.S. perspective. And there's a lot of fear and a lot of anger. And in order for the new world of greater love and greater humanity to come through, we have to have those clashes with the old. That's just the way it works. Oh, excuse me. I was leaning on a glass table and I leaned a little too hard there and it cracked. So sorry about that if it scared you. Anyway, what's going on now this is just kind of a progression up to the eclipse, which is going to happen on the 21st. The U.S. is going to feel this pretty hard. So what I want to say to each of you is this is a time to let go of all of that garbage from our childhoods and all of that anger that we no longer need to hold on to. I want to remind you that love is an active verb. And do we need to take sides? Yes and no. Let me explain what that means. Our country in the U.S. right now is very, very divided, and we're not the only country that is in that deep division. What is taking place in the world is a division, and it's that feminine energy rising, and as the feminine energy rises, that old masculine energy wants to hold on. And so it's not about male and female. It's about peace and love. And it comes out of every single thought we have, every action we take, every word. I'm sitting here listening to a very, very beautiful and gentle wind coming through the trees. I'm sitting here listening to this very gentle rain coming through the trees. But as I mentioned earlier, there was a pretty strong thunder. And so around me are storms. But I'm in the gentleness of it. And each of us can live there if we so desire. Does that mean the thunder won't come here? It may not. It may skip me. It often does. And that's what we can do in our lives. We do not need to engage with the anger. We do not need to engage with the hate and the fear. What we engage with is love and putting that love into action. And when we put that love into action, we then heal the hate. So do we take sides? In essence, yes. Because when we choose love, we are taking a side against hate. When we choose kindness, we are taking a side against unkindness. When we speak out against racism, we are taking a stand against racism. And each and every one of us in our lives, and it's going to happen this week, we must take a stand for love. And that means we are taking a stand against non-love. It is the week that if you haven't already, you must dig into those old patterns and let them go. If not, they're going to play havoc with your life this week. Let go of those old patterns. You no longer need them. Replace them with new patterns. What do I mean by that? You know, as children, we all had harm come to us. Not necessarily horrible things, but children, smallest thing to a child can be huge and big, and we remember that as we grow into human adults, and we carry that in our lives, and we don't have to. It's time to let go of all of that. The only way we are going to stop the riots in the street is with every act of love that we move forward in our personal lives. Move forward with love. This is the week for it. Politically, wow. Not only in the U.S., but I'm going to come from my U.S. perspective, and I know what happens in the U.S. changes the whole world. And in the U.S. this week, there are going to be some major things taking place politically. Changes, it's like the beginning of the change. I don't see an impeachment happening this week. I don't see anyone leaving office, but there will be shakeups and there will be changes in the White House this week. So when I say I don't see anyone leaving office, you know what I'm talking about. Not this week. That will happen before the current president's term is up. He will not complete 4 years in office. But I don't think it'll change this week. But we are at the beginning of all of that. We started the beginning of that a little bit back here a couple of weeks ago. This past week, it really escalated. It's going to escalate even more this week. So hold on to your hats if you're wearing one, because I'm telling you, whew, lots going to happen this week. And I need to stop hitting that table. I apologize, because every time I do, I think I'm shaking the camera as well. So apologize. I also want to say thank you for those of you who are putting up and sitting through the commercials. None of us like commercials, I don't think, and hopefully they're not too bad. They do help out a little bit financially, so thank you so much. Those of you who keep coming back and have asked me, those of you who have asked about a private reading, thank you for asking. Yes, I do private readings. The information is right below here, right before the comment section, right below the video. You can get my contact information. You can contact me. My phone number is listed. My office number is in the on my website. Also, my on the website is my email address. I couldn't think what it was. And so you can get a hold of me and you can learn more about what a reading would entail, a private reading. So thank you, those of you who have contacted me. Those of you who continue to come back to there's an airplane going over. I'm sure you're hearing that airplane. And, oh dear. I will tell you, it's rare that we hear airplanes. I'm not in an airplane pattern, and I'm not that close. I'm an hour away from the closest major airport. But I'm not sure what that was, but I think it was. I don't think it was like a passenger. So it might have even been the helicopter for the care flight. And if so, we'll just say a prayer for whoever needs that. Okay, we're going to look at Philip. For those of you who are new, Philip is my spirit guide, and he gave us this book. It's an oracle book, and each page has a different wisdom on it. So we always check with Philip to see what he has to say for this week, and I'm going to just flip through, and you're going to think left or right, and we're going to see where we need to stop as we flip through. I feel like I need to flip through a couple of times first and then go right there. All right. I'm hearing left, and so I am going to read both sides though. But the first side, the left side, says, that which angers you conquers you. That which angers you conquers you. Do we have a right to get angry about what the white supremacists are up to in the U.S.? Absolutely, we have a right to get angry about that. That is not America, an America that I want, and it's not what my forefathers wanted, and it's not what I want for our future. And if you're listening to me, chances are that's the same for you. So we don't want that. We have a right to get angry. However, we need to use that anger constructively. So what I mean by that, again, I'm going back to my favorite word, love, because instead take that anger and let it move you into an action that will be helpful. What is that action? All right, that action may be to write a letter to your congressman. It may be to, if it's right for you, to get out and march against. But if you do, stay in love, no anger allowed, because that's only going to add to the turmoil. Anger against anger just makes more anger. So it might be make phone calls. It might be simply starting to smile at the grocery clerk instead, or that driver who cut you off, instead of using finger language with that driver. Smile, bless you, bless me. If the clerk is having a bad day and doesn't smile, smile at the grocery clerk. Bless you, bless me. Love is an active verb. Use it. Let that anger be constructive, because that which angers you conquers you. Let's conquer in actions of love. I want to read the right side too, although I think the message was our left side. But the right side said, happiness will not be yours if you contemplate only sadness. Happiness will not be yours if you contemplate only sadness. I think that again speaks to what our world is, where our world is right now, what our world is going through. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of sadness in the world. There's a humongous. If we think about the sadness, if we think about the anger, if we think about the fear, we're not going to live our lives. We're not going to be able to help anyone, including ourselves. So let's let go of all of that. It's not about stuffing it. It's about, will there be riots in the streets this week? Yes. Will there be major upheaval in the Oval Office this week? Yes. Will there be a lot to be angry about, upset about, fearful about? Yes, yes, and yes. But don't live there. We're not about hiding our heads in the sand. We are about taking a look at what's going on and countering it with acts of kindness, acts of compassion, acts of love. Starting with rewriting our own patterns, whatever those are. I love you, my friends. I'm so grateful that you've come back every week and have discovered each other. Thank you. We're going to get through this week. It is going to be the most powerful, powerful energy any of us have ever experienced. You know, my phone is ringing off the hook with colleagues and clients and friends who are calling and saying, I can't sleep, saying my head is going to break open, calling and telling me about horrendous things that are happening. I'm hearing from people with lost animals or animals that are acting out or acting up. This is a difficult energy. I'm not going to lie to you. But we can get through this. And we can use that powerful energy for making the world better. Is the world splitting apart? Yes, it is. Let's be part of that love side. Not the namby-pamby love, but the love that goes into action. The love that says, I am my sister and brother's keeper. The love that says, my door is open to you. The love that says, I stand beside you. The love that says, I reach out to you. Here's my hand. Take it. If you're frightened, I'm here with you. I stand beside you. Regardless of the color of your skin, regardless of your religion, regardless of where or how or what you were born, I stand beside you, and I stand against racism. I stand against hate. I stand with love. I stand with my brothers and sisters. My door is open to you. So is my heart. I love you. Thank you for being here today. I'm going to just be quiet for a few moments and let you just listen to the rain and the birds. I don't hear any cicadas today, probably because it's raining, but I do hear birds and I do hear rain. So for the next couple of minutes, listen. Enjoy. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. I love you.